Abhishek. Welcome to the IT Global Direction. I'll be your host for today. My name is Rorisang Hlahatsi-Baloyi. Abhishek, please introduce yourself. Where are you in the world today, and what's the topic for today?
Well, thank you so much, Rory, for having me here, and glad to be part of this discussion. So, I'm in Oslo, Norway. I'm living here from last almost 4 years. I'm an Indian and IT professional, working in the IT from last 13 years. And in last, I would say 8 to 9 years, I have lived in different part of the world. This is my eighth country. So yeah, I bring quite international experience along with me. Yeah, and I'm a enterprise architect working for one of the international company. I live here with my family. So yeah, and I would say I'm a little bit techie geek. I want to know what's going on in the industry,
Yeah.
and I would like to be on top of everything when it comes to technology. Yeah. When it comes to the topic, I thought probably it will be best to talk about citizen developer. That is I mean, very common and very required skills in every industry, in every company these days. And I think people should know about it, what is citizen developer and how the organization company can empower their organization with them.
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
is citizen developer, Abhi?
Yeah, so citizen developer by definition is an employee who can create application capability for consumption of themselves or for others. In simple word, like anyone who knows the domain, who knows how to create some application
Mm-hmm.
and how it could be consumed by someone else, they are the citizen developers. That person can be technical. That person cannot be technical, but he or she should know how to use the tool to build some application or some business logic so others can use it.
Okay. And how is this different from developers that we had in the past, or also known as programmers? How is this person different from that?
Yeah, so in today's world, we say we have two kind of IT professionals.
Yeah.
I would say one or two kind of developers. One is more like those who do the real pro coding. So they write everything in the code, they debug their code and then uh, publish the software. There's second one who know the business logic. They use some drag and drop capability software. I can
Mm-hmm.
talk about some software like Power BI, for example, Power Platform. There are some other tools are also available in the cloud, like logic apps, where you can build the logic. So it's just like if in simple world, if I say that okay, I want to go from here to grocery store. I want to buy a few things and want to come back. So what will be the process for that? So we can use any tool. We can just define the logic that I'll start from home, then go to shopping mall. I'll
Mm-hmm.
buy these things and come back. So and that person should not, I mean, he and she should not know about all the technology and coding stuff. He or she can know the tool they want to work to build the that application.
Okay. And Abhishek, is this concept totally new? Because if we're talking about dragging and dropping, I'm also thinking of VB.net that was used back in the days. Would that be a citizen developer, or there's a bit more beyond just dragging and dropping from a citizen developer perspective?
I think it's more beyond that. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to be citizen developer, I think it's very crucial to know the domain knowledge
Okay.
and the culture and the business behind the application you're building. So if I'm working in a company where I have 20 years of manufacturing experience, for example, 10 to 20 year manufacturing experience, but I'm not IT guy.
Okay.
So I can use some of the tool which is very easy to manage and no need to write the code. and
mm,
I can build some software for my manufacturing unit, for my, for example, the supply chain or the retail industry. I can make it. A simple example, like if you go to any shopping mall,
mm-hmm,
there is a sentiment analysis software many shops and the retailers they run to understand when the customers are entering to the store by face recognition to understand how they're feeling, what they're doing, right? So,
mm,
and what is their motivation? Are they happy and looking forward to buy something? Some people are rushing to the store
mm,
to looking for something. So these kind of things, if we know and we can build it on top of the data and the AI model we have,
mm.
then I think the tool the citizen developer and domain expert would want to use, they can build anything for their industry actually.
Yeah. And Abhishek, if now I'm interested in joining this evolution of citizen developers, are there any specific technologies that I need to start focusing on or learning? Or is it not specific to one technology? Can you just give us a bit of understanding there on what is the technology stack for citizen developers?
Yeah, I think it's a totally depends on the person who would like to be a citizen developer.
Mm-hmm.
If that person is totally like coming from the analytical background and some statics background, there are some tool in the market. For example, there is a Power Platform that is Microsoft Azure product or Microsoft product as a Power Platform, and there you can build your, for example, mobile application, desktop application, right? By just putting the right drag and drop capability and
Mm-hmm.
just build a logic on top of it. So I think there is, so answer to your question is there is so many different tools we have. It's totally based upon uh, the citizen developer and the developer who wants to use. But I know these days the Power Platform empowering citizen developer to do a lot with the less actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
And
in the organization, sorry, Abhishek, do you want to say something? Go
yeah,
ahead.
so and one more thing, it's not like we have to go through with a couple of months training. It is just
Yeah.
like ap apart from the work you are doing or citizen developer is doing, he can decide spend some time to understand how these tools are working and
Mm,
start building the thing parallelly. So it's not required to go multiple months of the regressive training. I think within couple of weeks training, people can be a good citizen developer and build meaningful application for the organization and for themselves actually also.
yeah, that's true. And Abhishek, how do you foresee citizen developers enhancing or improving existing businesses that are already on the run? Does it mean we need to get rid of our existing developers and developing technologies, or these can be used specifically in certain business imperatives? So, how do you foresee business developers fitting in organizations that already exist, like some of the big organizations that we look up to today?
This is a very good question. So like you said, business developer, we have the pro developers. Okay, so if I take a step back, so as pro developers, they build the software, so citizen developer can use it, right? So for example, Microsoft developers, they have wrote so many different logic layers for the within the Power Platform. Now the
Mm,
Power Platform can be used for the citizen developer. Now you talked about business developer. I think business developer can be citizen developer if they have the domain knowledge and if they're not very techy on the tech in the programming side, right?
yeah.
So they can just learn the one tool like a Power Platform, like a Power BI or like Logic apps,
Mm,
and they can build on top of it. So
Mm,
I would say business development or developer are still there, whereas citizen developer is more like anyone who knows the domain very well. If I take example of the power and utility sector,
yeah.
so in whole world we all use energy in our daily life, right? And
Mm,
there are energy advisors who create a better trading platform for the organization who produce the energy and
yeah.
for the organization who distribute the energy to give the better offering to the citizens like us. If that knowledge they can put it into some tool like a power platform tool to build some software which can easily or automatize their decision making. That
Mm.
is a quick win for everybody actually. And for that, they no need to depend on the pro developers. If they have the data, if they have the tool, they can build the logic the way they want actually.
Wow, that's impressive. Abhishek, thank you so much for joining IT Global Direction today. There's quite a lot to learn with citizen developers. As you said, that it's not a totally new concept, but there have been some enhancements in the process. I'll try and sum up what you said, Abhishek, today. I think it was a
Mhm.
very informative conversation. You mentioned that citizen developers really don't replace programmers or business developers, even though the core reason why we have them is to simplify how we develop things for businesses. And also, as a citizen developer, you're expected to understand the domain that you're working in. Made an example with power or utilities industries where we see a lot of citizen developers being used there, but they can be used in other industries as well. You also indicated the importance of a citizen developer from a technology perspective. We have developers or programmers that build these capabilities that can easily be dragged and dropped by citizen developers. Abhishek, if I missed out any key thing that you mentioned today, please feel free to add. I think it was a very informative conversation.
No, you're spot on. I just want to correlate with the new, I would say the groundbreaking new scheme
Yeah,
in couple of weeks ago about the Chat GPT, right? So
yes.
Chat GPT, and the Open AI and the AI capability we have, and there is so many great tools we have that we can use these kind of tools and the data
Mm,
to process and train our model so we can serve the organization and ourselves in a better way. So I would say the citizen developer is one thing, and to build anything for the organization and for the ourselves, we need a tool. And I think we are living in an era where everyday rapid development is going on. And with this OpenAI, ChatGPT, the data we have, I think uh, our citizen developer, they're going to take a lot of advantage because of these things. Yeah,
yeah, that's actually true. It will be great to hear more about ChatGPT maybe in the upcoming conversations and
yeah,
maybe expand more on open AI because it's also a hot topic on a lot of businesses right now. But
exactly.
thank you for today, and hopefully next time we can expand on that. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day in Norway.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah,
Cheers. Bye.
cheers. Bye bye.